Hi everybody, Lisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. Today I thought I would show a bag that I'm so excited about because I ordered it online and I got good pattern placement. And it's always, a big gamble. There's always that waiting for your item to deliver and you wonder what you're going to end up with and are you going to want to return it? And so I was pleased with this, and so I thought I would show it. This is the large on-the-go crossbody in Garden Grove. Um, I do have a few other videos on this pattern, and so I'll put some links below. And I also do have a comparison video of the large on the go and the regular on the go, and so I will put that link as well. Because people are always asking about the size comparison, but so I did pull out my regular on the go because it never hurts to just sort of show it again. Not everyone's seen all the videos or has time to watch them all. So it's a real size difference between the regular one and the large one. You can see this is Foxwood, as most people know. I will put them on to give people a sense of how they look on the body. But I also did want to talk about this bag because recently I did a video on the Carson Shoulder Bag and my new found solution for the strap issue I was having, which is to use the Carson Hobo strap with the Carson Shoulder Bag. This is the Carson Shoulder Bag here, and I was never happy with any of the strap lengths. But the Carson Hobo strap works really well, and so Indio is the Indio pattern, and the Carson Hobo has a nice navy blue strap, and it goes well with this pattern. And I realized I can also use it on this bag because this bag was a bag I was also having some shoulder strap problems with. So this bag comes just with the non-removable adjustable crossbody strap. And so what I was finding was that at its shortest length, it was still hitting kind of low on my body. And so what I was doing was sort of jerry-rigging this adjustment with like a Velcro zip tie kind of thing. And I had folded up the strap here to shorten it so that it would sit up higher. And then usually my hand just covered that anyway. But I didn't really bother trying to cover that. Just kind of lost interest at that point. I just was covering it with my hand. But this slips around, and it's not a perfect solution. I mean, I still would use it this way, and I do have one in Lavender Meadow that large on the go that I have jerry rigged like this with a green. Try to color coordinate the zip ties. But this was, like I said, an imperfect solution. Yeah, I found these at Joann's. They came in a pack, like a rainbow pack, a bunch of different colors. So, I mean, it's a handy thing to have. So when it's not, this is at its shortest strap setting, unadjusted, and this crossbody strap is not removable. So that's kind of the challenge. And at its shortest, I'm sure I've done this in my other video, but not everyone's going to watch all the videos. So at its shortest, it's about 30. And so when I do that, versus this Carson Hobo strap, which I have hooked on there, and this, I know I just measured this in the other video, and I don't remember what it is. Without the hardware, about 21. Yes, that does sound familiar now that I think about it. So I'll just show the difference in drop length. So you can see this is just up a little bit higher. My camera's a little crooked. It'll not level. Okay. So you can see this one just hangs down a little bit lower. This one is up higher. That's actually the back of the bag, doesn't matter. So, I mean, while this wasn't, yeah, I did occasionally use it at this length, especially when I would have, if I put Rosie, and Rosie fits in here. And so when I would put her in here and run to the pet store or something, then I take that tie off because that won't support her weight. But I do prefer this. And this is just a great, it's such a great solution. I do feel like it's a little imperfect. It's not as perfect as how it works on the Carson Shoulder Bag, because the Carson Shoulder Bag comes with that removable crossbody strap, which is the same width as this. So it's sort of designed to go with a strap of this width. But for this bag, this is a little narrow because the buckle here and the strap that's attached to the bag is wider than this. And this buckle, as you can see, is sort of rectangular. And this strap is not removable. So I have to attach the Carson Hobo strap on the side of the, fabric of the permanent strap. And so I have it on one side here, and then on the other side, I hook it on the other side, opposing. So they're sort of on the opposing sides of that hardware to sort of balance out the weight. But I do feel like it might, my concern at first was that it might compromise the structure of the bag because it's not, the pull of the weight is not even. It's stressing these points. So I might be a little bit careful about how much I load up in here when I'm using this strap. But I do feel in general that it feels sturdy. It doesn't feel too stressed at these joins wherever the fabric is sewn together. I don't feel like it feels too pulled or too stressed. And I find that some of these bags are pretty sturdy. Like the Vera tote, I find very sturdy. And I load that up with a lot of heavy stuff, and I never have any trouble. So I was just very pleased when I realized that this strap solution, could work on this bag as well. It just gets me more options. And so when I started thinking, I have been thinking about this combination of the large on the go and the hobo strap for a while. And like I showed my one in Foxwood, but I was not pleased with this match. It's okay. But it was jarring to me, and I wasn't pleased with it. It was frustrating. And so that was one of the reasons why I ordered the bag that I showed yesterday, which was the Carson Hobo in Mosaic, because that has a black microfiber strap. And so that's what I can use with this. And so I'm very pleased about that. So if people just want to get an idea of what this larger bag looks like, crossbody, I guess I can put on this one. It's easy enough to take this strap on and off, which is what's nice about it. Well, actually, before I do that, though, I do want to just talk about the pattern placement that I mentioned earlier, because I was, thinking, well, okay, I might have to return this, and I did actually order two. And I'm glad I did that, because the other one I wasn't crazy about the pattern placement. And this, I feel like I really lucked out for a couple of reasons. First, I got the two big blue roses not cut off and not blocked in any way by the label, which is great. Also, I've talked about this pattern in a number of other videos now, and the colors, and how the colors are sort of modernizing it a little bit and saving it from being completely traditional, old-fashioned looking print. And so that's why I was so pleased to get the blue, because the blue flowers really, it's not a typical rose color, whereas the pink roses are more typical. And sometimes when you get a part of the fabric that has a lot of the pink flowers, then it changes the whole look of the bag. The bag becomes very pink looking and a bit girlier, a bit sweeter looking. And I think what's nice about this pattern, what's appealing about this pattern is the off colors that are saving it from being too sweet looking. On the back, I do get that one of the big pink roses, and this is my favorite rose in the pattern. So it's not that I don't like this, it's just that I didn't want an overwhelmingly pink bag. But that is a very, just such a nicely rendered flower there. All the delicate line work within the petals to give the petals form. But I did want, I was very much hoping I would get full flowers here. Although there are nice little groupings of smaller flowers like these here, which I do like, forming an arc. I feel like there are 3 tiers of flowers in this. There are the biggest full roses. Then there are like the medium-sized flowers, the middle-sized flowers. These are 2 of them here. And then, there's some more in the back. This one, for example. Down here, these. And then there's the 3rd tier here, the smaller ones, and over here too, so smaller ones. I don't have a problem with the smaller ones, and I do think they're very pretty. This is almost very Japanese looking, this grouping here. Almost a little bit like lotus flowers or water lilies. Little spiky chrysanthemums or something. It's just kind of like a mix, right? These merging of different flower styles together. So it's not that I have a problem with those flowers. I just wanted the first tier flowers front and center, fill up the space real nice. So I was very pleased with that. I'm pleased that I didn't get a repetition of, sometimes you get this piece of fabric up here is the same as this down here, and then you get some repetition that doesn't really always look very good. I have some bags like that, and it's a little frustrating. So I was pleased. Same thing here. This pocket fabric is a different strip, different section of the fabric from this top strip here. So that's nice. Okay, so that was my shoulder strap, but the adjustment fix. But the real strap, when you adjust it, put it on, that's a little long. It's a comfortable strap, easy to adjust. Gonna get back a little bit from the camera. So it's a bigger crossbody look. I tend not to wear this crossbody, but it's comfortable. The strap is comfortable. I don't know if that helps. A little bright. I have this filled up with all my regular stuff, and this is not bothering me at all. I do find the wider strap is actually a little bit more comfortable than a thinner crossbody strap, so it works well. I think it looks okay. I just tend to, when I'm using a crossbody bag, it's usually because I have less stuff with me. But I would wear it like this in a pinch if I was out and about and I need my hands or whatever. My shoulders were starting to hurt. So the small, just to give people an idea, and I do show in my other video that whether water bottles fit in the side pockets and all that, it's in the other video. But just to show this one crossbody, should have left my camera there. So you can see the difference. This is quite a difference. This seems a little bit more better proportion to my body size, maybe a little bit. I feel almost like this was intended to be worn this way, whereas this was intended to be a shoulder bag, and then they were like, oh, let's throw a crossbody. Let's make it a crossbody strap. um, whereas this really feels designed for this specifically. So that just gives people an idea of the size difference. But so pleased that, oh, and so just in case people were curious, so to get this strap, out of the way, I just adjust it. It's almost all the way, but not all the way to the shortest length. And then I just, sort of flip it over and sort of let it run along the side like that, real close to the bag, so that it sort of blends in. It's not hanging down long or anything. It keeps it nice and neat and out of the way. This bag, I should go over the features real quick, even though I did do that in other videos. Has a soft top zipper, and you can see it sort of curves, which I like. A ribbon pull tie, and the front has a zipper pocket, goes all the way across, and it's that new soft plastic zipper that looks like the metal zippers but feels much better. It's such a great zipper. I really like it. Works really well. I like the look of it, love the feel of it. It's great. On the other side, this is a big slip pocket running the length of the bag with a covered magnet closure. And I do like that. I use both those outside pockets very much. So inside, it's your basic configuration. I'll get everything out, but here's everything that's in here, and it's a lot of stuff. On one wall of the bag, you have that interior zipper pocket. It's a good size. Goes down like to the bottom of the bag, so it's a nice, good size zipper pocket. And on the other wall of the bag, you have, you'll see it better when I empty it out, but there are these two slip pockets. I have my Carson cell phone crossbody in one of them. And they're sort of edged with the fabric, which is nice. See if I can get that. So I think that's nice, that it's not just a raw, well, it would never be raw, but it's not just a folded edge of fabric. You can see it's got like, it's covered with a strip of fabric folded over. So that's nice. Nice finishing there. And then it has these interior east-west pockets that have a little elasticized edge. So that sort of mirrors the exterior east-west pockets that are here. Harder to see because of how I have the straps. But there are these east-west pockets, and as I mentioned in one of my other videos in this bag, I do show whether travel mugs and water bottles and things fit in those exterior pockets. They do, but I feel like they're awkward looking. It's not something I wouldn't probably carry around that. I wouldn't use these for that. So inside, I don't have to adjust anything that I carry in here. I can carry my big GPS pouch. I can carry my big iPad does fit in here, although I don't have it in here right now. I don't have to adjust my wallet size or anything. Oh, I forgot to take the tag off. I always do that. Okay, so Carson cell phone crossbody in Fruit Grove, which I feel like is kind of a nice thing to coordinate. These are two nice patterns to coordinate because the lining in Garden Grove has large strawberries in it, oversized strawberries in it, and that sort of, picks up the theme of the strawberries and fruit here, which is nice. And cherries, there are cherries also in the lining here. I'll show. Might be easier to show that on the shoulder bag because you have that flap, and the flap flips up obviously, and you get a great, look at the lining. So I did just show this. Love this pattern. If it weren't for, I'm feeling like this might be the last thing I order for a bit because of what's going on with the coronavirus, and I'm a little concerned. I mean, right now work is good for me, but you never know what's going to happen. So I'm feeling like it may have sobered me up a little bit as far as buying, which is shocking that something could finally do that. Took a deadly virus. How pathetic is that? That it took me a deadly virus to curb my spending. GPS pouch, iPad mini, all just sort of slipped in. I mean, everything slips in here very easily for me, and it's really generously sized bag. And I like to carry a lot of stuff. I mean, I've even, with all this stuff that I've have in here, I've also been able to get a lightweight sweatshirt in on top. And that's why I love this bag, because you really can get a lot in here. My all-in-one crossbody that I use as a wallet. My ID cases with photos. All of them. I can't always fit all of them. And my charger cord pouch, I cut this tag off. So, you know, then you can see more. Did I put my tissues in here? Oh, well, grocery list. Yes, I did put my tissues. Tissues were in a slip pocket. So you can see those two slip pockets better, and the edging maybe a little bit better that's talking about on those pockets. And you can see the side pocket there with the elastic. I'm not crazy about the elastic part of it, but it's okay. And I love this, you know, I guess keep saying, love this new fabric that they're using for the linings now. It's excellent. So yeah, about the lining, that's what's so great about this bag. Aside from, I like the security of the flap, but it just gets you a nice look at the lining. And so you can see, you can see the strawberries up top, right under the magnetic snap closure. And so, you know, there's, oops, there you go. There's strawberries there. And then you can see here in the trees, over here. In the trees, you get those sort of supersized cherries, those enlarged cherries. As I always say, the proportions are all off. They're playing with the proportions, and cherries there. So I feel like these are a good pattern to coordinate with because of the lining and this. It's all very fun, I feel like. Yeah, just really well done with this one. Love this one. And surprisingly, very drawn to this pattern when I did not expect to be. But anyway, that was it. Just a quick one on the large on the go. And like I said, I do have other longer videos about this bag and the regular size on the go. But I did want to just share that strap cheat again with this Carson Hobo strap because it's just turning out to be this fantastic solution for me when the strap length in bags is a little frustrating for me. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you next time on Vera Bradley Bag of the Day. Oh my goodness, did you just fart? Did you just toot? I heard that. I don't know if everyone heard that. Anyway, have a good day.